to another My Little Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Bree. I'm here with my mother, Shelly.
Hi.
My father, Gary.
Hello.
And my husband, Jared.
Hi.
Today we're going to be chit-chatting to you about the most recent weekly peek. But before we get into that, a quick word from our sponsor, which is really just us, the My Little Homestead.
Sponsor time.
The My Little Homestead t-shirt shop. If you'd like to get a sweatshirt, handbag, t-shirt, all sorts of fun stuff on cute little fun designs. I know Dad and I, we showed up matching, which was awesome.
With our
today.
level ups.
And I believe we still have that sale going on, and I think it goes through tomorrow. And was it free shipping? So if you'd like to take advantage of that, it's going on.
Also
right
comes with a free car. No, not really.
In your mind, you can think of a car.
Yeah, in your mind, think of a car. It's yours.
Or you can get one with a car. So it's something. Anyway, okay. So last week we went and did a bunch of rocky stuff, which was super fun. Mm-hmm. We went on the quest for rocks. This really was the main part of the video, I'd say. We had a little bit of work on the building that we showed.
Yeah.
But really, our focus was on getting the rocks on there, which was super fun. We talked about now doing some sort of I don't know if we actually talked about this or not. I'll say. R1 said, consider using a clear sealer on the rocks to give them a wet look.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Which is
like
super
that.
cool.
Yes.
And then I know we talked about possibly staining the rocks.
Yes.
And Gracie Shepherd said, I wonder if you could mix an ink in that sealer to almost red wash the rocks.
Ooh, I like that
Which is
too.
a really cool idea. Sure
Yes.
love those. And I think we're actually talking about doing a sealer, if nothing else. We are going to do a sealer. And I've not heard of putting ink in there, which just sounds like a great idea as well.
Yeah, we put that sealer on the floor of the shower because I wanted it to all that pretty rock to come out. But I think what happened was I didn't get enough of the concrete dust off of it, and so it didn't work as well. So I want to make sure this time. We used a pressure washer on those. Before those final scenes, we had pressure washed those rocks, and that worked fantastic to bring the brown out and that kind of stuff. So I want to, we'll do that before we put the whatever coat we do on them to try to help bring that color out.
Now, we gave our whole spiel a little bit. We didn't spend too much time on it. We talked about what we're going to be doing on the outside of the workshop, which, just to do a quick overview, we're going to lay the base in rocks with that cute little swooshy swoo pattern that we talked about. And then we're going to do honeycomb pavers. Honeycomb, which is the hexagon shape pavers.
It's the best of cons.
The hexagon is the best of gone. If you've seen that video, it's a great video.
Yes.
Highly recommend it.
I think
talk
we
about
always
it all
say
the
that.
time. Well, we do, because it
always
impacts
say
our
that.
lives continually every day. But anyway, and then we're going to do little bees in little bee pavers mixed into the hexagons.
And then above each of the windows, we'll have also boulders about maybe like this size that will go around the windows as well.
Stormy Weather 93 said, maybe to save some cash, you could make your own honeycomb pavers. Make some cheap forms. You could even make it out of the foam cement you were playing with to save materials. Little chicken wire as internal support, and being light, it would be less likely to want to pull off the wall. Stormy, you literally nailed exactly what we plan on doing. My mind was blown as I read this, because that's exactly what we plan on doing. Mom, you've purchased some molds.
Yes.
And we actually bought a foamcrete gun.
Yeah, Bryson's made some in the past, but they're always a little bit finicky and getting the right thing. So we thought, let's just not reinvent the wheel. There's a guy out there, a little independent guy, who's making these little foam guns for small applications, which is what we got.
Yeah.
And so we went ahead and supported him, and also his formulas. We'll be using his formulas, and we will be aircreting those.
Yeah. The pavers.
Yeah, the pavers.
And we're going to do the chicken wire. That's also our plan as well. We want to, because we're going to be putting them onto the wall. So we're going to do chicken wire. I think chicken wire or some sort of wire on the back.
It'll be chicken wire, or it might be like that mesh. I think they call it, what are the little squares, Gary? They have a name for that.
Carpenter cloth?
Carpenter cloth. And the reason that we'll be doing that is twofold. It'll also strengthen it, but also we want to put nails in. Gary had this idea of putting the nails in angular. So when we take those aircrete hexagons and set them up on the wall, we'll be able to dive them into the earth bags. It'll secure them, and then we'll mortar those together. And we're hoping that should be plenty strong enough to hold everything together. It's all, we don't know yet. We'll be experimenting it. So if you have another idea too, give it out to us, because we haven't tried this yet.
Yeah.
That's just our running idea right now of how to do it.
Sure. So the nails will actually, when we do the foamcrete, we'll set the nails in there so that they harden with it on there. Brad Holland said, this may have been covered. I was wondering if the red bags are UV resistant. And of course, these are the red bags that we are, the Hyper Adobe bags that we're using to, bag this whole workshop. And yes, I think they're actually more, aren't they more UV resistant than our other bags were?
Well, I'm sure they are, but UV resistance in the desert doesn't last. It's not going to last like a couple years or something like that. I would never trust that. The thing is that I think we talked about this too. As long as we're down 4 or 5 layers for where the guys are at, we're pretty much secure from things not falling off. So that's why we thought while the guys are still bagging, because they got quite a ways to go, we get started on the rocks. Once we get the rocks in, we'll start on those pavers, because we'll be far enough behind them that I think we'll be okay.
And the idea too is, like Mom mentioned, it's UV resistant, but we want to get it sealed in as quickly as possible, because it doesn't matter how UV it is. It's the sun will break it down. It pays no heed to UV. So,
and we've had that.
To UV.
And if you've been with us long enough, you'll know we had a roll of the white continuous sandbag, and the sun had got the edge, and we had a rip through
all of them,
a lot of feet, and we lost that partial roll, which was a bummer.
It was a big bummer. If it's cracked like that, you can't get dirt in it. So UV
useless.
resistant, whatever, So
It
anyway.
says resistant, not impervious.
Yeah, that's true. Resistant.
As long as it's not literally crumbling in my fingers when I touch it, I think we're okay.
As long as you can get dirt in it.
So, breaking down plastics, if they say don't break down, put them in the sun, they break down.
Yeah.
Sun is like, I got you. Now, Toby Bailey said 2 questions. Have you showed the plans for the workshop apartment lately, and how high will the sandbags go? Will you need to handbag once you get to the 2nd story?
We've decided to not put the apartment in. So what that meant is that I get to redesign the roof a little bit, lowered it down, but not, but had to raise it up just a little bit to encompass a wider space. Actually, it's not that much taller. It's almost the same height, but at least there's more surface now that we can put up there, and it won't be just like this little one in the middle. And so we've widened it out, sunk it down a little bit, and don't have to go for those really sharp edges.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember from the video that we did on the houseboats. I don't know if we showed the one that had that little roundy roof, but that's where you got the idea, and it's really cute. And the reason for the not doing the apartment on the top is I didn't realize until later that that the bags were only going to go so high, and then the apartment would be made out of wood. One of the things that we get great enjoyment from is living in these earth bag houses and the feel of them and the dirt around us and this kind of thing. And I thought, I don't want to live in a wooden structure. Maybe we should rethink this. And there wasn't, I don't. There is no way to go higher with the bags.
No, we're at this point we're at 14 feet.
And then we'd have to rebuild another kitchen. We'd have to rebuild another outdoor shower, and we'd be all starting over again, redo a courtyard. And we already have a lot of those things already here. And I know you guys have some plans now.
Because the original plan was you guys would move into the apartment, and then Jared and I would take the main house and kind of expand from there. What killed me about that was that we built this big, beautiful kitchen for Mom. And this is her space. This is your space. That's your home. You guys stay there with that big, beautiful kitchen that's yours.
Did you hear me prepping too? Like, did you hear me prepping about cleaning and who's going to take care of the plants?
That's hilarious.
I've been prepping. You don't realize this, but for the last 3 months, I've been prepping to get you guys to let.
I was listening, but I was like, okay, Mom. but now what we're going to do, which I love even more, is we're going to take Ann off of the building now. That's you and I, which was originally my earth bag building. Now it's Jared and I's. We are going to build our house outward. So we're gonna do that in the future. Super exciting, and that's really our home too. I mean, we've been in there now for several months. We've been you've seen we've made all kinds of upgrades to the space, moving it from my space to our space, which is lovely. And we're gonna make that into our house. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, and that means the courtyard is gonna blow out. We're gonna blow it out, and the aquaponics, which we were gonna rebuild with rocks and grotto and this kind of stuff, we'll be doing that. I don't know exactly where that will go, but we'll blow that out, and then you guys will be building that way with your house.
We'll be building out.
Be fun.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. And I think Jared and I are excited to actually design a little bit of our own. This will be a small home. We're not expecting big, whatever.
3 stories.
Yeah, 3 story. I don't even know if we'll go up.
14
we'll
bedrooms. Gotta have that many when you have that many kids.
Sure. Anyway. Dad, we should have started a long time ago.
Bryson was excited because he said that he's planning to work late in that shop, and he didn't want those big machines running or whatever he's doing to keep us up late at night. That's what he said. The mad scientist is there at all hours.
The Tesla tower, everything else has to have the appropriate places.
You cannot believe the things he has set up. And anyway.
You can't believe what he made this morning. I mean, the man is crazy. So
we'll have to do a video on Bryson's inventions just in a week.
Just in a week. Yeah, it would knock your socks off. I'm pretty sure. It'd be mind blown. Yeah. Just this morning, I can't even believe I can't even show you. I can't even explain what it was. It didn't work, but when he explained it, I was like, that could work. Like every time he explained it, I'm like, that could work. That's so cool.
His mind does not stop. From morning to night, he does not stop. It's just go, go, go from one thing to the next.
The man is going to change the world. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced. Just give him enough time. Lina Mora says, is there a sequence number to your shows? Because you had 100s, then you had 300s. I've been trying to follow. And yes, there is a sequence number. What we were doing, I believe in the past, and Mom, you can correct me here, we were doing numbers, like episode numbers of the project. So even though it's Weekly Peak, whatever, it's episode 1 of, say, like the shower build or whatever. So Mom, you meticulously went through and organized everything. So if you want to see Weekly Peaks from 1 to now, we have a Weekly Peak season 1 playlist that we have, of course, on our channel, on our YouTube channel there. And you can see them all. If you're on Rumble, I don't know what to say on Rumble.
If you're on Rumble, it's going to be a little more difficult to find because they don't have the same type of deal.
I don't have
so we have been going in and putting previous and next in there, but they're not on everything. So you'd have to just put EP and the number. But they are all there. There is whatever number we're on. There is that many out there. And we have 2 different, like you said, we have the season 1 playlist, and the Weekly Peak playlist goes backwards. So you have one, has the most current and then goes that way. And then the season 1 starts at the 1 and goes up. And there might
start at oldest to latest and latest to oldest.
Yeah.
Basically.
But they're all there. We could post the playlist.
Yeah.
And then if on Rumble, you'll have to do a search for EP and the number.
So I'll put in the description, I'll put oldest to newest and newest to oldest so that you can kind of pick which way you'd like to go if you're interested in going on a crazy binge. I wish you the best of luck. Anyway, so
and then these MLPs are all their own episodes too.
Yeah, My Little Podcasts also, so
it's a different.
Yeah, but they all are in their own playlists, so we try to keep it as organized as humanly possible. We've got a lot of content over the years, but
and Rumble is a little bit different. We have actually different channels over there. So we have the MyLittleHomestead, whatever that one is it has all the Weekly Peaks and podcasts, and then we have a My Little Feature Films, which has all the full versions in that, and then we're going to have some additional. I think we have one My Little Health Journey, and we'll also Bryson eventually will be doing some science stuff over there. You've got music stuff over there.
I've got music stuff
and different things going on, so we'll do that a little bit just because they're different platforms. They run a little bit differently,
and because they don't have playlists, we just have to make new channels. That has been our solution for trying to organize our content a little bit, and the podcast may get its own channel eventually too. I just don't know. We're still figuring out. Thankfully, they do allow us to move videos from channel to channel like you would a playlist. So, and that's unusual, the way that works. So, just trying to learn it, and so that way we can get this packaged in a way that's easier to
Fine stuff.
Fine stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of the various channels that we also have a My Little Gaming one that we started a few weeks ago. And Jared has been creating, he's been editing from the streams. You've been editing little episodes.
Yes.
Which has been a lot of fun. I don't know if you had editing experience before you jumped into the
Not
My
really,
Little
just
Homestead.
with the sound stuff.
Yeah, sound. You did sound stuff, but then, so this is like this is your baby. This is your,
yeah.
so it's so fun to do this with you. Oh my
It's your
goodness.
initiation.
It's my
to
initiation,
actually become part of the family. Can you edit?
Yes.
That's really.
So we're going to continue streaming, of course, on Wednesday nights, that one survival world that we've been doing. But we'll be doing more streams over on the My Little Gaming.
Yeah.
We might do different types of games and whatever. Just we'll have fun. And you're going to edit on those videos. So I don't know. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and speaking of live streaming, we will occasionally be doing live streamings out there at the shop too. As soon as we find something fun to bring to you, we'll do that too, because those are kind of fun to do every once in a while.
Yeah.
For sure. There'll be something. Maybe we'll do an Aircrete one or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. If there's something you're like, hey, I would like to see a stream on that, let us know. We love reading your comments and hearing your
As long as you don't mind seeing it, in real time, so it's a little bit slowed down, of course. But if there's something that you'd like to see, we certainly can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
We enjoy doing that too.
We sure do. All right, well, I think that is going to wrap it up for us today. We certainly appreciate you hanging out with us. I want to give a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. Thank you for your financial support. Also, I believe that we got that going for locals as well, which is another kind of Patreon from what I understand. So that's also available for you. If you'd like to give $1 or $2 a month, we really appreciate that. It helps out a lot around here. So thank you so much. We look forward to hanging out with you more on Wednesday for another little gaming stream. And then, of course, the weekly peek on Friday, which Mom is in charge of this Friday's weekly peek.
I am. Yeah.
Super
I got 3
excited.
minutes done. I could post it right now.
Mom,
No, you wouldn't like it.
She's so fast. We wait till the last second. Mom's like, I had that done weeks ago. Thank you for being a part of our family.
Bye.
Bye.